One of college basketball's fresh faces, one of college basketball's legends. Brad Brownell once dreamed of playing for the legend, but Bob Knight at the Hoosiers didn't call. Years later, Brownell gets his chance to impress his idol. His UNCW Seahawks are hungry for another trip to the NCAA tournament, but the opener won't be easy. Knight has his Texas Tech Raiders ready to defend their home floor. WWAY News Channel 3 presents UNCW Basketball, the Seahawks Texas Showdown. Tonight's pregame is brought to you by D&E Dodge, Time Warner Cable, and Roadrunner, Bruce Kavanaugh's Superstore and Automart, Buffalo Wild Wings, and UNCW.
And we are live at Buffalo Wild Wings. Good evening, everyone. I am Gene Motley, joined by Jim Clark, and we want to welcome you to what we call the Texas Showdown. And Jim, it's really going to be quite a game tonight. UNCW facing Red Raiders down in Lubbock.
Yes, it's going to be a heck of a ball game tonight. Texas Tech, you know what they bring out of the Big 12. They were third in the Big 12 last year. Bobby Knight, what more needs to be said? He's heading into his 37th season. Brad Brownell, his first game.
His very first game, and not only that, but Knight was one of his heroes. He grew up in Indiana. He's very familiar with Knight's system, Knight's programs, Knight's success. He really wants to emulate that. What better than to get a win against one of his heroes? And exactly, and the Red Raiders are led by Andre Emmett, could be the best player Bobby Knight has ever coached. Those are the coach's words, and we'll also look for Kasim Powell, big man inside, to get things done for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. That's really going to be one of the things that Knight has really got to be concerned about. That's how well his height is going to do with UNCW speed. We've also got to look back at how UNCW came to where they are right now. Let's take a look at that.
Seahawks forever, 2002, 2003 champs right here, man. World, we shocking the world.
You got that kind of hot, bro.
Yeah, I got them kind of hot.
Raise up and get your travel on. East Coast, West Coast, it don't matter. California.
I've been working for this night all year, and I don't know, I'm real happy, and I'm just glad that, I was given the opportunity, and I was given the opportunity, so I took the most of it.
When that ball went in to tie the game up, and we all sat there, you have to ask yourself the question, how bad do you want it?
Look, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it? Just let it slip. Yo. So here I go, it's my shot. Feet fail me not. This may be the only opportunity that I got. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own
everybody doubts it except ourselves. I mean, we believe, coaches believed, and everybody believed, and, that's really all that matters.
Jim, like he said, that's really all that matters. Every time I see it, you're just watching right now, everybody in the place went nuts.
Get nuts and get a little chill, too, because that was a fantastic season, the end of a fantastic season for the Seahawks last year, the best one ever, but we're at the dawn of a new era, the Brad Brownell era, here at UNCW. We'll be back right after this. We are back at Buffalo Wild Wing, 29 Van Campen Boulevard, getting ready to kick off the UNCW 2002-2003 season. Come on out. There's a little bit of chugging going on tonight of the adult kind.
They are really enjoying themselves tonight. This has really been great. What we're looking at is back in April, Jim, when Brad Brownell said it was a dream come true. He was appointed as the 6th head coach at UNCW.
Yes, he spent 4 years as an assistant coach, 4 years as the associate head coach for Jerry Wainwright, and now tonight we get the beginning of the Brad Brownell era here at UNCW. And I know he's excited.
He certainly is, and one of
being the first college game is a thrill in and of itself, but to go against somebody like Coach Knight makes it even more special. I mean, it's a tremendous honor because Coach Knight he's done a lot for coaches. He's given back to the game. My father even studied his clinics and used to go watch him speak and watch his tapes and try to be a better coach through learning from Coach Knight. I followed my dad around like most kids, and it just happened to be that I went to the gym. He was a high school teacher and coach, and so I spent a lot of time following teams and players and trying to emulate those guys. And it's really a special relationship. My dad's my best friend. I mean, he's somebody I go to whenever I have problems or questions, and he's just been a special person. He and my mother both are special people, and they're going to be at the game, so it'll be a special moment for my family.
You do a lot of breaking down game film. You do a lot of going through game plans, walkthroughs. You try not to miss a lot of detail.
I had to, really, to be honest with you. As a player, I was an average athlete, and I thought the edge was for me to become a student of the game. And really, my job as a coach is to prepare my team so that when they take the floor, they don't feel like they're going to be surprised.
Joe, kick it up right now. Start, don't just lay in the post.
A lot of it's just heart and toughness and competing against the other guy that I'm going to stop you. And so you got to take a pride. And I think that's the one thing that we've tried to do here over the years is develop a pride in something that our program stands for and something that the kids believe in. I'm sure I'll be a little bit emotional, and for a lot of reasons. First time as a head coach in a live game, Coach Knight at the other end, which is, it's an unbelievable feeling. Then there'll be 15,000 people going crazy. And, I'm sure there for the first minute of the game, I'll just maybe be soaking it up. But once one of my guys makes a mistake, or I think a referee makes a mistake, I'm sure I'll snap right out of it and get right into the game. So it's really a neat thing. But to be honest, I think will be equally as special to me is coming into Trask on a night when Trask is full with one of our first home games and the students are back. And to be the head coach here is a great honor, and I'm really proud of that. And I'm proud of the fact that I've worked my way up from the third assistant spot to be the head coach, and I'm proud of the banners behind us. And so that moment will be just as special as my first game, a big game here in Trask with our fans here to kind of enjoy the moment with me.
Can't wait for it to happen with Coach Brad Brownell when he makes it to Trask Coliseum for his head coaching debut at home.
That's right, and that moment is getting closer and closer. We'll do more when we come back. We are back. Jim, these are the keys to the game. UNCW's motion offense versus Knight's D.
And they've got to keep the ball moving. Tim Burnett, as the point guard of this team, has got to be able to distribute the ball, plus he's got to be able to penetrate. Speed versus size, Gene.
Okay, UNCW could be quicker. They've got Burnett. They've also got Blizzard. Knight's backcourt. Don't know if it's that fast. We'll see tonight.
We'll definitely see and avoid the turnovers. Bobby Knight will tell you that. Coach Brad Brownell will tell you that as well.
He certainly will. Folks, we are on our way to the game. We hope you'll enjoy it right here on News Channel 3.
basketball live tonight from the United Spirit Arena. Texas Tech takes on UNC Wilmington. The regular season set to tip off tonight for Bob Knight's Red Raiders and those UNC Wilmington Seahawks from Wilmington, North Carolina. Vinny Vanzetta alongside Tommy Geyer with the call tonight. A much different atmosphere here at the arena, Tommy, with regular season basketball finally here.
Yeah, the students and the fans have really piled in. It's great to see the support we get tonight.
Here are tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Rip Griffin. And for Texas Tech, the projected starting lineup. First, we'll look at UNC. They'll go with number 5, Joel Justice. Number 11, great shooting Brett Blizzard. Number 23, Anthony Terrell. Number 42, Beckham Wyrick. And the big man inside, number 54, Craig Callahan. Meanwhile, Bob Knight sends them out like this. The projected lineup we have is Will Chavis, Andre Emmett, Kasib Powell. There you see Paweł Storozinski.
The Polish Prince.
And the other side of the Polish connection, Robert Tomaszek getting the start. There you see Andre Emmett, the offensive force for the Red Raiders. He did not play in the second exhibition of the season. Precautionary, he's in there tonight. There you see Kasib Powell also getting the start. And at the point will be number 10, Will Chavis. That's the way Bob Knight will send them out. Tommy, one of the big question marks I see in this game, Robert Tomaszek, non-existent in the first exhibition of the year, a 180 turnaround in the second exhibition. What do you expect to see out of him tonight?
You really don't know, Vinny. You really hope that Robert could come out and play the way he did in that second exhibition game. That'd be a huge lift for the Red Raiders, and if they can get that type of support out of him, this should be a good game for the Red Raiders tonight.
We'd like to welcome our friends watching from Wilmington, North Carolina. The Seahawks, a good basketball team. They've been in postseason play 3 of the last 4 years, so this is going to be a great measuring stick early, Tom, for Texas Tech.
Yes, and you know, UNC Wilmington, a great road team last year, was able to go up to Minnesota and defeat them on the road, which is a huge win and a hard place to go in and win at any time.
I don't know who's more nervous, the Seahawk players or head coach Brad Brownell. This is his first ever game as a head coach. Imagine what it's like matching wits tonight against head coach Bob Knight for Texas Tech.
Great opportunity here for him to come out and play a first game and actually coach a first game against a legend like Bob Knight.
Well, we are set for college basketball. Here's tonight's opening tip brought to you by Wells Fargo. The crowd is set. The players are getting set. It's college basketball time here in Lubbock, Texas. A great way to get the regular season underway for Texas Tech, a very good opponent tonight in UNC Wilmington. Texas Tech in the home whites, UNC in the road blue. And the tip is controlled after being knocked around by the Red Raiders. Will Chavis has it, and he will set up the offense. The student section already rather ruckus for the Red Raiders.
UNC Wilmington come out and looks like they're playing a little bit of a soft man-to-man, backing off, not trying to get caught on any of those screens here. Oh, that's a nice pass.
Andre Emmett could not finish. You don't like to see that, but a great pass nonetheless by Robert Tomaszek, and here come the Seahawks. A little careless right there by Andre to not put that thing home.
Yeah, Andre's got to finish that off, but nonetheless, good play, good execution on the offensive end, and that's what you got to like to see for the Red Raiders early.
A foul here called on Kasib Powell. Excuse me, Tommy.
Kasib just out there reaching with his hands. He's going to pick up a foul. There's 3 great officials tonight that we have working the game.
Those officials are Bill Kennedy, John Stigliano, and Quentin Reese. Forgive me for not mentioning their names earlier. Tomaszek knocks the ball away, and here comes Andre Emmett for Texas Tech. Sid Powell thought about the drive, instead brings it back out to Chavis.
You know the nerves right now, Vinny, have to be just flowing for both teams. The adrenaline's got to be high. See right there, that's what the nerves cause, this air ball like that by Storozinski. Just a nerve type thing. Both teams very excited to get this season underway. And both teams had great years last year with 23 wins each. Trying to come out here and get things going right early.
The Seahawk bench very active in the early going of this one, rooting their teammates on. Texas Tech in man-to-man. There's an open look. for Callahan, and he will knock it down for 3. So the first bucket of the game to UNC Wilmington. They take the early 3-0 lead. Callahan, a big guy, Tommy, who can do it inside and out.
Really nice touch right there. Came off of a nice little screen. Knocked it down. Emmett there with a nice little foot fake. Takes it. Nice shot to see him get one down after missing that first easy bunny.
Found the room around his defender, did Andre, and he knocked it down. Texas Tech on the board. 3-2, our score early, just over the 18-minute mark here from Lubbock, Texas. And there's a steal by Paolo Storozinski. Will Chavis talks to Andre Emmett, and here comes the Red Raider offense.
That's something Storozinski's really got to do for the Red Raiders. If he can step up his defensive play, that's going to be a huge asset for the team.
Storozinski will drive and get it to go off the glass. That's a high percentage chance, and that gives the Red Raiders an early lead.
Robert Tomaszek set a real nice screen. Storozinski was read it right. Knew his man tried to go around on the inside, came off, and had an easy little shot off the window.
Off the window, you say. Blizzard still looking for his first shot of the game. Instead, he goes inside to Terrell. Looks for position on Paolo Storozinski. Can't find it, and there's a travel violation called on Brett Blizzard. That will give the ball back to Texas Tech. Coach Knight addressing the officials early.
Both teams playing with a lot of intensity out here so far. The Red Raiders picking up their defensive intensity from the 2 exhibition games. Doing a much better job here in the early going.
Storozinski with an ill-advised pass, and that will be picked off by Joel Justice, and he then brings it up for UNC Wilmington. Foul away from the ball. I believe that one will go against Aaron Coombs.
Coombs just came off of an injury, just started practice this week, maybe a little bit, anxious to get in there and try to make something happen, and sometimes that anxiousness can cause an easy foul, a little tic-tac foul like that.
That was a broken right ankle for Coombs that he is just getting over, so maybe some nervous feet. Storozinski thought about it, and now will take it, and he will knock it down for Texas Tech. The Red Raiders with a 6-3 lead.
It's good to see Storozinski come out early and being aggressive offensively. What I've really been impressed here with Vinny so far is the defensive intensity so far displayed by the Red Raiders. Doing a very good job defending against this team.
Blizzard can't find the range. They fight for the rebound. It comes into the hands of Tomaszek. Chavis pushes for Texas Tech to Sid Powell. Will drive and dish. Blizzard with the rebound. Doesn't have numbers for UNC. And that's 2 early threes for Craig Callahan.
He certainly seems comfortable behind the arc tonight, Vinny. He's got a good form, good follow-through on his jump shot. Red Raiders are going to have to find some way to get out there and guard him.
I'm not sure Coach Brownell for UMC has had a seat yet since this one got underway at the 15:57 mark of the first half.
Well, I'm sure in his very first game here and opening up in the United Spirit Arena with this big crowd, a lot of nerves flowing in that man's body right now.
To Sid Powell with a high percentage shot. He knocks it down for Texas Tech, and the Red Raiders retake an 8-6 lead.
Vinny, it looks like UNC Wilmington's playing a little bit of a lax man-to-man. I think trying to avoid getting all those screens that the motion offense sets on them. Now we got to travel that. Oh, illegal screen called after. And that's going to be 2 quick early fouls there on Aaron Coombs, and he comes in and it's committed 2 fouls.
And there is a timeout on the floor at the 15:34 mark of the first half. We are in Lubbock, Texas. Regular season basketball tonight. The Texas Tech Red Raiders playing host to UNC Wilmington. Texas Tech with an 8-6 early lead here at the 15:34 mark of the first half. And Tom Geyer, you like the defensive intensity thus far for the Red Raiders.
But as Bob Knight has always talked about, this is a game of runs, and right now the Raiders have to make sure that they keep their defensive intensity up. Otherwise, UNC Wilmington, a very capable team to make one of those patented runs that Coach Knight talks about.
Just about set to get back underway. Bob Knight talking to Andre Emmett. Texas Tech will inbound the basketball. Coach Knight yelling at Tomaszek to get down court, and he does just that. Sid Powell inbounds to Will Chavis, and we're back underway. Tomaszek loses the basketball, but a foul on the floor.
Definitely an interesting call there, Benny. I didn't quite see that take place, but it is for the benefit of Texas Tech, and they're going to get the ball out of bounds here. It looks like UNC Wilmington really trying to pack it down inside, not give up an easy bucket. Oh, that's a nice play. Pretty play there off the out-of-bounds pass. Good communication between Kasip Powell and Andre Emmett to get that to work.
And when you have a player like Andre Emmett with such leaping ability, there's a good chance that one's going to be knocked down.
Kasip Powell's drawing the tough defensive assignment against a potential probably All-American and Brett Blizzard, but early, UNC Wilmington has been riding the back of Callahan, who's got all 8 of their points so far. 2 threes and a nice little easy jump hook there from the lane.
Perfect from the field thus far, I believe, is Craig Callahan. As we are at the 14:45 mark, it's 10-8 Texas Tech.
We talked about this early. Texas Tech needs to be patient. Offense, still plenty of time in the shot clock, 15 seconds to work the ball around and get a good shot. And Andre Emmett, when you have an ability like that, maybe not the best shot for a person such as myself or yourself, Benny, but for a player of his caliber, it's a wonderful shot.
Well, you talked about a tough defensive assignment for Kasip Powell. How about Beckham Wyrick guarding Andre Emmett? As that one will fall for Wyrick. And that cuts the lead to 12-10 Texas Tech. Kasib looking inside is Korzinski. Instead, Tomaszek will take it near the free throw line, and he finds the range. 14-10 Red Raiders.
That was a shot that he was able to knock down in the second exhibition game, and to continue to be effective, he's got to knock that down. So UNC Wilmington looks as they're backing down their center, who's guarding Tomaszek Callahan. They're trying to back him down and congest things up in the lane. If he can hit that shot, he's going to force Callahan to come out and guard him, and it's going to make their defense a little bit less effective.
Behind the back goes Brett Blizzard. That will not work. Chavis makes the steal, and the wild shot will not fall, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Texas Tech really didn't give Chavis any options coming down the court. Both Kasip Powell and Andre Emmett were trailing by 5 or 6 steps. They couldn't quite get behind him, and there's no way Chavis could pass it back. Did a good job trying to draw the contact, and he's going to be able to go to the free throw line.
A substitution here for UNC will be John Goldsberry. The first of 2 for Chavis is up and good as we check a replay here, Tom.
Robert Tomaszek, this is what I'm talking about. You see Callahan's just going to hang on the lane. If Tomaszek can't hit that shot, he's going to allow him to continue to hang out there. If he hits it, Callahan's got to get above the free throw line, and that makes cutting lanes and room much bigger for the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
We'll see if that changes as we move along. As I said, into the game for UNC Wilmington, the freshman guard, John Goldsberry.
The nerves that must be going through his body being a freshman coming out here playing in this packed arena.
He will bring it up for UNC. Texas Tech doing a nice job thus far of not giving Blizzard high percentage chances, which that one was.
Vinny spoke a little too early there, but Blizzard doing a nice job. Actually, the person who made that play work is Callahan, who was able to seal off Tomaszek there. By sealing him off, it gave Blizzard an easy open look to the lane. If he hadn't done that, Tomaszek would have been there to stop him. Good patience so far here early for Texas Tech on the offensive end.
Pavel Storzinski fighting for position on Callahan. Shot clock at 5 as Chavis launches, cannot knock it down. And there's a fresh shot clock for the Red Raiders.
Good job in attacking the offensive glass by Storzinski. Good little screen there by Tomaszek, misses. Oh, Storzinski, well, all he saw was Emmett, did not see all the blue shirts in the way. Good call by Bill Kennedy there. Andre Emmett on the hand check. Out front trying to control what Blizzard was going to do. That's going to give the Seahawks the ball out of bounds underneath the bucket.
Checking in for UNC Wilmington is Brandon Clifford, 6'9" sophomore forward from Greensboro, North Carolina.
The UNC Wilmington Sports Information Director told us before the game that we probably have a lot of substitutions. Everybody might play, and it seems to be holding true so far for them, as almost everybody has gotten in the game here. Looks like Clifford's going to get called for an elbow to the face. See what the official calls. Yes, elbow backing into the face. Red Raiders getting the benefit of some early calls down low on the offensive end against the Seahawks.
Here come the Red Raiders at the 12:20 mark of the first half. Tomaszek thought about it, thought better. Cross-court pass to Kasib Powell, who will take the open look. Wyrick with the rebound for UNC.
Good hustle back, good job by the Red Raiders. They've really worked hard on their conversion defense, and it showed right there. Trying to punch it inside, they're working, looking around. They can't quite get it into Tomaszek. Now they're going to set up the famous motion offense.
Boy, he has been such a completely different player since the first exhibition game of the year, has Tomaszek.
Oh, definitely. I think, you know, his little sit-down talk with Coach Knight has really inspired a different personality in him. Ooh, that's a tough call to go against the Red Raiders. That's going to be Emmett's second foul right there. Actually, they're going to call it on Tomaszek. That might be beneficial to the Red Raiders, as that's only his first. And that's going to send Callahan to the line, I think, for a possibility for chance of his, would be his 9th point of the game already.
Set to check in for Texas Tech after the free throws is the sophomore, Nathan Dowdney.
See the difference in coaching styles here. Coach Knight likes to stick with what works. If he feels a group of players are working, he's going to stick with them, make substitutions for breaks, or if a kid makes a mistake, he will take them out for that reason. Where UNC Wilmington looks like they're more of a mass substituting team, running players in and out. Difference in coaching styles.
Dowdney checks in for Tomaszek. Callahan misses the first of two. Perhaps the home crowd getting to Mr. Callahan at the free throw line. It will not go. The loose ball finds the hands of Kasib Powell. He pushes for Texas Tech.
Going to set up the motion offense here. You're going to see everybody working off the screens. Storzynski looking for room to drive, nothing there. Chavis still dribbling around. Emmett, that's going to work for him right there. That's a good shot. Even though he missed it, good move, good shot. Just got to be able to knock that down.
Behind the back goes the freshman Goldsberry to Blizzard for a three-point chance.
Emmett gets there. Nice boxing out by the Red Raiders, something we really talked about. Chavis trying to force the issue.
What a spin move by Andre. And that may fall. It does.
My gosh. What a play there by Andre Emmett.
We know how explosive he can be offensively, and he showed it right there.
You know, Benny, there's nothing you could do to teach that type of athletic ability. We're going to take a look at this replay. I mean, this is from the Tommy cam here. McSee, he recognizes, gets his man to spin. That right there is just pure athletic ability after he draws the foul. Unbelievable play.
Which he has plenty of athletic ability. Does Andre Emmett. Boy, that was something special. That one will be on his personal archive reel. The free throw up and no good. You hate to miss free throws like that, but he does. Dowdy on Wyrick. Andy Gunn will get the kind roll as that cuts the lead to 6. Texas Tech up 20-14, nearing the halfway point of the first half. Excuse me, Tommy.
I was just going to say, I'm talking about Ronald Ross. I think Emmett got caught up on the screen there a little bit, and I think Ross might be coming in for him, but Emmett a little bit lax on the defensive end, and that cost the Red Raiders a bucket.
Sid Powell drives. It's a nice no look to Chavis, but it won't fall. Will playing some tough defense on Goldsberry. There's a pass to Blizzard that will fall out of bounds, and there's a timeout on the floor. Texas Tech up 20-14 with 10:02 to go in the first half. Welcome back to the United Spirit Arena. Off the bench in the first half for UNC Wilmington is Andy Gunn, providing some first half offense for the Seahawks.
Well, you see Emmett's guarding him there, and then I don't really know what happens with Andre. He's in the middle of the lane, and that costs the Red Raiders a bucket. Nice shot for Gunn to come up and step up and hit that shot. Nice little kiss off the away glass for him.
Is that simply a mental lapse
that
for Andre Emmett?
That is totally a mental lapse. See, that kid has more physical ability than, you know, maybe anybody that's ever played for Coach Knight. And then he's had some greats play for him. So the only thing that right there is just a mental lapse.
Does sometimes he get caught thinking ahead?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is, you know, that happens, but there is a mental lapse that happens, and he has improved this year, but he still has major strides to make in that department on certain plays.
Ronald Ross in for Texas Tech as Storzinski can't knock it down from outside. The board goes to Anthony Terrell. 9:35 to go in the first half of play. Texas Tech with a 20-14 lead. Callahan with the fall away. That's a nice shot. It won't fall. Dowdney with the rebound.
Well, Texas Tech is not going to be able to give Callahan that type of position inside. He's going to eventually start knocking that shot down and hurting Texas Tech inside if we keep giving him that position, or Texas Tech, excuse me, keeps giving him that type of position.
And that one will go against Texas Tech, and will go the other way.
Ronald Ross picking up his first foul there, setting the illegal screen. These officials early on in this game have been very quick to call those illegal screens if they think the kids are moving on either team.
Leading scores for both teams in the first half at this point. Callahan for UNC with 8 points and 1 rebound. For Tech, it's Andre Emmett with 8 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. And make that 10 first half points for Mr. Callahan, who knocks it down for the Seahawks. The entire coaching staff for UNC up off the bench delivering some orders. A nice pass by Andre Emmett. Storzinski can't convert. The loose ball falls in the hands of Terrell.
Texas Tech being a little impatient on offense. It's going to be a good look there for the Seahawks if Blizzard's going to knock that down anytime he gets that.
And that cuts the Red Raider lead to 1 at 20-19.
As we talked about, Vinny, those patented runs, this is a game of runs and a game of mistakes. And certainly right now the Seahawks are going on a run as Storzinski commits another foul.
2 straight possession fouls against the Red Raiders will turn the offensive basketball the other way. And
15 foul on the Red Raiders. Here for the Red Raiders, Robert Thompson.
That will prompt Coach Bob Knight to give some stares and then have a conversation with one of the officials.
Robert Tomaszak's back in. We'll see if Tomaszak's defense picks up and tries to shut Callahan down, where Storzinski allowed him to get 2 good looks at the bucket here.
Ross guards Blizzard, who gets around the screen. The freshman Goldsberry with a pass into traffic. Dowdney tries to save it out of bounds, but they will say his foot was on the line. Possession will stay. And there's a timeout on the floor. 7:58 to go in the first half. .58 to go in the first half of play. Texas Tech with a 20-19 first half lead. Tommy, you alluded to this in the pregame. Callahan can be oh so dangerous down on the block for the Seahawks.
Well, he really likes to turn to his left shoulder here. He's going to make a good fake inside to the middle, come back to that left shoulder, and he is deadly with that shot. Storzinski actually lucky he didn't pick up a foul right there. But nonetheless, the Seahawks are in the midst of a 5-0 run against Texas Tech right now.
They also have an edge in total rebounds, I believe. Yes, they do at 9-6 as Andre Emmett pulls down the defensive board for the Red Raiders.
Very important offensive possession here for Texas Tech. Needing to move the ball around and get things working on the offensive end.
Emmett draws in some defenders, kicks it back out to Ross, and that's a 3-point opportunity. Nearly knocked in by UNC defenders, but instead they get the rebound.
Well, that's a traveling call. A little bit excited there to try to make the move there was UNC Wilmington, but nonetheless, good shot by Ronald Ross to come down and try to knock that down. A good open shot, and that's just got to fall.
Coach Brownell will make a change after the walking violation by Gunn. Andre Emmett. That is hard to defend, I tell you.
That's hard to defend. It's a good shot coming off that screen. It's a good shot if you hit it. It's not such a good shot if you miss because it's only after one pass. But you got to like it when it's your best player taking it.
Gunn loses control and kicks it out of bounds to head coach Bob Knight. And now some discussion.
There's going to be probably going back. I think Texas Tech, maybe Andre Emmett got a hand on it going out of bounds. The ball should belong to University of North Carolina, Wilmington. And as it will, it'll go back to the Seahawks. Good call as Coach Knight. A little bit dejected there. Wants to hold the basketball, but.
Well, he did catch the pass.
Well, it was a nice catch on his part, but UNC nonetheless is going to get the ball here.
Joel Justice back in. He replaces Andy Gunn. Blizzard will bring it up for the Seahawks. Mikey Marshall in the lineup now for Texas Tech. And the touch foul will be called on Nathan Doudney, the first on the sophomore from Rockwall, Texas.
Well, Goldsberry did a good job, got the first step on Doudney, and once he got that first step, he made sure he used his body to shield Doudney off and create the contact and the foul.
The Seahawks inbound underneath their own basket. And a foul now called on Ronald Ross. Coach Knight not pleased with that foul call.
I understand Coach Knight's not pleased, but Texas Tech has got to make an adjustment here. Benny, realizing that these officials are calling that hand check, they've got to get their hands off the men and stop creating these touch silly fouls. The Seahawks are already in the 1-1 here with 6:52 left to go in the first half.
Indeed they are. Blizzard with the first is good. UNC Wilmington now down 22-20. Nathan Dowdy talks to Bob Knight and receives some very quick instructions. The crowd voices their opinion. Callahan with the offensive rebound, and that is a three-point free throw line opportunity as the game is now tied at 22. Callahan knocks it down.
Well, the Red Raiders cannot absolutely at all afford to do that right there. Just a terrible mistake. You know what? I think that's an absolutely horrible call, Vinny. I saw that play develop, and I think that is just I think that official's completely off on that call. His player fell down. I mean, the UNC Goldsberry fell down, but Tomaszak set the screen, looked like a pretty good clean screen, and that's going to draw the attention of Coach Knight. He's going to let these officials know they just can't make those type of calls.
Texas Tech right now, Tommy, really feeling some offensive frustration. Paul Storzinski set the check back in momentarily for the Red Raiders, as will be Nick Valdez. Goldsberry with a drive. Justice can't connect, but another offensive rebound for the Seahawks. Doudney will sky for that board. You don't like it when the smaller fellows for the Seahawk lineup getting the rebounds instead of the front court players. Doudney with an open chance for three.
You're going to get a foul there on Terrell. Mikey Marshall trying to sky to get that board. We're going to see Nick Valdez come into the game. Valdez has an ability to create some havoc on the offensive end for the Seahawks here with his ability to make good passes and run the offense. It'll be interesting to see how this team right here interacts with this lineup combination.
A very scrappy defensive player is Nick Valdez. It's Valdez, Chavis, Mikey Marshall, Andre Emmett, and Storzinski in for the Red Raiders. Marshall can't hit the front end of the 1-on-1, but there's an offensive rebound for Texas Tech. Chavis for three. That will not fall, but Marshall working inside. Can't convert, but he'll have a chance for two free throws.
I think Mikey a little bit nervous on his first set of free throws here. Hopefully should calm down, and he should go straight in. Here just a little nervous, a little long. It's Coach Bob Byer over there making some adjustments with Andre Emmett on the lineups. Mikey Marshall here to set up to take two shots.
The first up and in. Callahan, not much of a break for the Seahawks as he will check back in, replacing Anthony Terrell.
When you come into a game, the nerves that you feel right when you first come in can just play havoc when you're trying to shoot a free throw. So it's good sometimes just to get that first one out. And once you get that first one out, then anything after that seems much easier.
Marshall looking very smooth on both free throw chances. 24-22 Texas Tech with 5:45 to go in the first half of play. Goldsberry, for a freshman, has looked very good in the first half, handling the basketball as Callahan continues his hot shooting. That's a three-pointer, and UNC Wilmington has the lead at 25-24.
Storzinski's got to get out on him much quicker than that right there with Callahan's ability to shoot, and especially the hot streak that he's got going here early in this game.
He's been more deadly from beyond the three-point arc than inside here in the first half. Storzinski drives.
Gets a little shove in the back, and he's going to go to the line for two. These officials have been very quick to call any type of touch, any type of contact. You know, Vinny, I prefer more of a style where the officials let both teams play. Looks like Clifford picked up his second foul there.
As Storzinski is set for his first.
See, Storzinski's going to get lost here. He's down in the lane, and you just can't do that with that good of a shooter. You've got to get outside that lane, and you do that. Callahan's way he's shot the ball today, that's going to go in.
He's shown great touch thus far. Back in, actually checking in for the first time for the Seahawks is number 34, Mitch Law. Again, Goldsberry showing great poise for a freshman running the UNC offense at the point. Nick Valdez being up on Blizzard. A nice look inside.
Andre Emmett gets beat. Valdez has no choice but to come over and try to help, and the good pump fake draws the foul on Valdez.
And that will send Joel Justice to the line for the Seahawks.
Nice move by Justice there. Once he caught the ball, recognized Valdez was coming over, made a shot fake, drew the foul, and is going to be able to go to the line here for 2 shots.
Will Chavis heads to the sideline to chit-chat with head coach Bob Knight. The crowd makes some noise as the free throw is up and in, and that will tie the game at 26. The second of 2 for Justice will fall as well. And the Seahawks reclaim the lead at 27-26 at the 5-minute mark of the first half. Andre Emmett working for a shot.
Offense is a little stagnant here. Storzinski doing a nice job to try to create. They're just going to draw the foul here on Callahan. This could be important. This will be his second foul here in the game. He's going to get 2 shots here again for Storzinski at the line.
The scoreboard showing the first on Callahan in the game.
Well, I must have made a mistake there. I apologize, folks.
Maybe the scoreboard's wrong.
I thought that was his second, but apparently I am incorrect in that department.
You're a big man to admit it, Tom Geyer. And the friendly roll will not go for Paul Storzinski. Free throws, Tom Geyer, add up throughout a game.
Especially in a close game like this. UNC Wilmington doing a nice job of hitting theirs. Red Raiders have done a pretty good job of hitting theirs. Storzinski here misses a second. You've got to hit those free throws in order to win a game like this, Benny. Nice defensive play by Mikey Marshall, getting back in transition.
Valdez as well, right in the middle of it. He's quickly becoming known for his defensive skills. Coach Brownell for UNC wants somebody out on Will Chavis. Andre Emmett, cross-court pass to Valdez. Chavis will take the shot from 3 and hit it.
Will Chavis shooting with a lot more confidence. We talked about in the exhibition games here coming out tonight, firing, missed his first attempt, but very confident to take that second one and knocks it down.
That provokes the crowd to get into the basketball game. Storzinski nearly a hand on the pass to Callahan. Blizzard fakes, drives, and he will knock it down to tie the game at 29. Back and forth we go offensively.
Red Raiders trying to work their patent in motion offense here. Chavis getting everybody set up.
Andre Emmett talks on the low block. Chavis off the screen will hit his second consecutive three-pointer, and that gives Texas Tech a 3-point lead at 32-29.
Well, the offense there a little stagnant, but Chavis doing a nice job, able to step up, knock that down, coming off the ball screen.
A near steal for Andre Emmett, and a timeout called by UNC Wilmington. We're going to keep it right here. 3:11 to go in the first half. Texas Tech up 32-29. Even with the lead, Tommy, still seems like some offensive frustration out there for the Red Raiders.
Well, what UNC Wilmington is doing, they're doing a good job of packing it down in so the Red Raiders can't just cut down through and make their motion offense just work as smoothly as it has in the exhibition games.
Fans, don't forget our next broadcast of the Texas Tech Red Raiders next Tuesday, November 26th. Tech's opponent will be SMU. The telecast begins at 8 o'clock on the Red Raider Sports Television Network. This game not available on TV in the Lubbock market, so call 742-TECH or 1-888-GO-BIG-12 for tickets. For the Red Raiders, it's Andre Emmett, Kasib Powell, Will Chavis, Mikey Marshall, and Nick Valdez. Marshall with a lot of minutes in the first half for Texas Tech.
Mikey presents an unbelievable athletic ability on the floor, and he's done a good job here. He's going to take the matchup against Callahan. You know what, Vinny? That's a tough call. Actually, that official technically is out of position to make that call. He made the call from up there where you see head coach Bob Knight standing right now. And that's a call that's got to be made down below. And I think that's the problem that is being created by Coach Knight. Nonetheless, it's a foul, and UNC Wilmington going to go to line, the chance to try to cut this game down to a 1-point lead.
It's Mitch Law at the line for Texas Tech, and his first is up and good.
UNC Wilmington, rather, Vinny.
What did I say?
Texas Tech, but that's okay.
You made a mistake a minute ago. That's my one mistake for the game. The free throw is good for UNC Wilmington. There's a timeout on the floor. 32-31 Texas Tech. Will Chavis has 8 first-half points. He shot the ball well in the preseason portion of the season. Tom Geyer, he's shooting the ball well tonight.
Coming off here, gets a good look, wide open, sets his feet, knocks down that trifecta. Here you're going to see Chavis bail out the Red Raiders on this next replay. Nothing going, the shot clock down about 10. Storzinski just sets the ball screen well, says, hey, you know, I'm hot, I'll hit it.
And he did just that. 2:55 to go in the first half of play. It's a 32-31 Texas Tech lead. Marshall inside to Kasib. Draws 2 defenders. Mikey seems a bit hesitant to shoot the basketball from outside.
A little nervous here, and it looks like in the early going. Chavis with quick off.
Fighting inside is Nick Valdez.
Yeah, Chavis probably got that partially blocked with Valdez right there to get it in.
A nice move by Blizzard. Can't get the reverse layup to fall. Back come the Red Raiders. Marshall called for it, didn't get it.
Good offensive patience here, work the ball around. Oh, what a move by Emmett. What a move. I tell you what, Vinny, that little foot fake is just so incredible.
That has become his patented move thus far in this basketball game. Texas Tech with a 36-31 lead. 2 minutes to go in the first half. The Red Raiders putting together a nice run here. We'll see if the Seahawks can answer. Marshall and Callahan in a battle. 10 on the shot clock. Goldsberry out to Justice. He'll drive. The floater will not go. Give the rebound to Callahan. Back up he goes, and he knocks it down for the Seahawks. That's a good.
He's just their workhorse in there. He's doing a great job playing tonight. Been very impressive, doing a real good job knocking down those shots.
A great effort by Callahan. That cuts the Red Raider lead to 3. Andre Emmett answers for 3 for Texas Tech. Andre now with 15 first half points. That would lead Texas Tech. Callahan with 17 for the Seahawks. Texas Tech with a 6-point lead. Under a minute to go here in the first half.
Good board by Emmett. Real good defense by Texas Tech.
Nice no look to Andre. Back to Andre. He can't get it to fall. His tip will not go. Wyrick fights for the board and gets it. Back come the Seahawks. And a steal by Chavis. Doesn't have numbers this time.
Oh, nice play. Chavis finishing it strong, going to the glass. I tell you what, Vinny, every day at practice, these guards work on against pads and getting hit, and that right there is where you see it pay off, all that hard work in the preseason. As the fans here in Raiderland at the United Spirit Arena get up and get behind their team.
Mikey Marshall calling for the crowd to get into this game as Chavis will go to the line. Set to check back in for Wilmington will be Tim Burnett. Ronald Ross will check in for Texas Tech. Chavis at the line to see if he can complete the three-point play. He does. 27.7 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Red Raiders have pushed the lead to 42-33.
Nice run here at the end of the half by the Red Raiders. Now you got to come up with a big defensive stop here. Red Raiders got to have a defensive stop. Wilmington here probably going to try to hold for their last shot. And I'm sure they're going to want to get it to one of two people, either Blizzard or Callahan.
I would agree with that. Callahan with the basketball. Burnett watches the clock go down. Spins, nice spin move, and he'll take it himself. It will not go. Valdez pulls it down. Chavis will take it at the buzzer. That looks good. And he hits it for Texas Tech. Oh, wow.
That's going to give them a 12-point lead going into the break.
What a shot for the Red Raiders.
Whoa.
We've come to the half. It's a 12-point lead for Texas Tech at 45-33. The crowd going wild. That looked good when he let it go, and it indeed was good. You're watching Red Raider basketball.
We're back at Buffalo Wild Wings, and it is halftime. Fans are enjoying themselves. They certainly hope that UNCW, these guys got to really be enjoying themselves. They've been doing that for quite a while. I want to welcome Baron Feldman. Feldman, the former member of the Seahawk team. Baron, first half analysis. Got to say, other than the turnover points, other than the fact that they were outscored 13-2 before the half, Seahawks doing pretty good, looking pretty good.
Oh yeah, I think they were doing pretty good up until the last 3 or 4 minutes, you know, when Texas Tech went on the run. I think they really was hanging in there, really was showing that they can, you know, play with the big guys. Other than the turnovers, you know, I think they were playing pretty well.
Okay, what do you think Coach is saying to him at halftime?
I think he's really stressing rebounding and turning the ball over, taking care of the ball, and just staying aggressive. Okay, we got some highlights of the first half, and we can certainly tell you that for UNCW to come out, Craig Callahan hitting the big three to open things up for UNCW, and Brownell making his debut against his idol, against Bobby Knight, and he certainly didn't like the fact that Tech would definitely get up early, as they are going to score here on the inbounds pass. That is just a chip shot. You know, he's got to be on him for that kind of defense. Oh yeah, I think they really they most likely scouted for that, and for the guys to mess up on that, I think Coach was probably pretty mad.
Okay, right here, Andre Emmett. Can they do anything to stop it?
And that's just individual talent, you know. That was a great move and a great finish by him.
Okay, and there you see Blizzard is going to get one. The three ball is 45-33 at the half. And standing by right now, Jim Clark has got some more people here in the audience at Buffalo Wild Wings. We're going to send it over to him. Jim?
All right, we're up here in the audience. We've got Meredith from the UNCW volleyball team, and she's got a question for Barron and Gene.
What do you think our boys are going to need to do in this second half in order to win this game?
She wants to know what they have to do in the second half to pull out a win.
I think the biggest thing is just staying aggressive and better defense and rebound and take care of the ball, and they'll be fine.
Stay with. All right, what about, they said they just got to get the ball going. What about, you got anything else you want to ask?
I think they need to work on their rebounds and stop turning the ball over, because that's where they're scoring all the points from Texas Tech. A lot of turnovers, so.
I think we got a future coach in the CAA sitting right out here with us. What do you guys think about that?
I agree. I think she is very, very perceptive about that. We talked about that. One of the things that I've noticed, speed-wise, teams are pretty equal.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, every team is going to have their certain amount of athletic guys and guys who can play with quickness and athleticism. It's just a matter, like the game is full of spurts. It's just a matter of, you know, who's going to end up with the last spurt.
You really think Wilmington can get a run going in the second half? I mean, a good run. I'm talking about maybe a 14-3 run.
Oh, definitely. I think we got to do a better job of screening for Brett and giving him some open looks, and we're definitely going to go on the run.
Okay, Jim is standing by. He's got someone else who wants to give their opinion. Jim?
We've got Peter with us right now, and he's got a question for Gene and Barron.
Hey, Barron, what are you going to do tomorrow at that N1 competition?
I see you want to put me on the spot. Hopefully I can do something out there.
Special?
Yeah, I can do something special.
Something we haven't seen before?
Sure.
All right, so Barron's got his own little agenda over here, but we've got to talk UNCW basketball. Any question about tonight's game?
Just they got to work better on the down low game, and that's what I've just seen from watching the game.
That wasn't a question.
Well, I don't know.
I think if he had a question to ask Barron, he would have asked the point guard situation, distributing the ball. Did the Seahawks do a good enough job of doing that in your eyes?
Well, I think they got to do a better job. I think we got to look for Brad, some more screens and trying to get him some good looks, and hopefully things will work out.
Okay. Also notice he is definitely shuffling players around. I mean, he's moving guys in and out.
Oh, definitely. Coach is he's going to find different combinations out there. Whatever works, I think he's going to go with it, but he's going to keep getting guys in and out.
Okay, thank you very much, Barron, for being
Thanks for having me,
today. I want to thank all of our guests that appeared with us out here. Buffalo Wild Wings, they're having a great time. Let's go back and enjoy the second half.
Courtside with you for the call tonight. I wonder if the buzzer beater by Chavis won is a momentum builder for Tech, and is it a back breaker perhaps for the Seahawks? It'll be interesting, I think, to see if they can take back what Texas Tech has at the moment.
Well, Texas Tech with a 12-point lead here at halftime, a significant difference from the way it was going back and forth early in the game. Bob Knight here's coming out with Mikey Marshall to start second half. Another look at that just beautiful rainbow that just dropped in.
Those don't fall every day, but that one fell for Texas Tech. It's Andre Emmett, Nick Valdez, Kasib Powell, Will Chavis, and Mikey Marshall for the Red Raiders. Mikey Marshall, one of those quiet contributors. You may not see it in the stats, but Coach Knight likes players that do a lot of little things that help create offense and defense.
Mikey Marshall, a very athletic player. Got an illegal screen there set by Callahan, or actually not by Callahan, by Terrell. And that's going to be his second foul of the game here so far.
And that will bring the Red Raiders back on offense. Coach Brownell not particularly pleased with that call. Valdez to Chavis at the top of the key. He had the hot shooting hand along with Emmett in the first half for Texas Tech. Valdez dribbles through some defense. Marshall inside to Kasib. That's a great pass and a great finish.
Yeah, nice job there coming off the back screen by Mikey Marshall. Mike pops out, catches it. Easy little bounce pass down low to Kasib, who had turned and spun and wheeled on his man.
The Red Raiders push their lead to 47-33.
Got a little travel here. Good call by the official. Turnover here, and the Seahawks are struggling a little bit early.
Credit some of that to the Texas Tech defense as we look at Kasib Powell. Receives the pass on the block and knocks it down. Kasib now with 4 points in the contest. Valdez with his Michael Cooper-like socks.
Working it around. We look stylish. Oh, what a move. Wow.
You've touched on his athleticism more than once. That's a classic example of that.
It's just his ability to make plays like that and make them look so easy. And folks, that type of move is so hard, it's so difficult to execute. To be able to keep your balance. Nice job there of Blizzard taking it in and hopping back to his left. That's a hard move in itself right there, knocking down the hard jump shot.
Texas Tech on a 17-4 run over the last 5 minutes as they have a 49-35 lead. That was a big answer by Blizzard as his team trails this basketball game by 14.
Texas Tech working the ball around top, trying to get it in either Kasib or Andre. Chavis likes his look from three. Gonna miss it. Valdez battles.
And Blizzard will find the loose ball. Was that too quick of a release for Chavis, or is that the shot he likes?
I think you might have picked up on a good point there, Vinny. A little bit quick release here. Now Texas Tech really needs to come down here, Vinny, and relax and calm down on offense. Work to get a good shot. They have to have a good shot here with UNC putting together a little bit of a run. And that right there, folks, is a good shot. Oh, we had a little push there.
And I don't know that time Emmett needed to do all that he did, just go to the basket.
He could have just shot it and taken it straight up. And Callahan picks up his second foul here in the early going of the second half.
Texas Tech will inbound on their own end. Terrell back in for the Seahawks, replacing Andy Gunn. 17:37 left in this contest. The Red Raiders up 49-38. What was a rather comfortable lead is now only at 11 for Texas Tech, and a foul going to be called on number 42. That's Wyrick. For him, that will be number 2 for him in the game.
The key there is Texas Tech has already picked up 3 quick fouls on UNCW. Texas Tech going to be content here to work the ball around in the motion offense. Mikey Marshall finally decides he's going to step up and take it and knocks it down. Vinny, that could be a huge key. I mean, I think that shot right there could have changed that kid's season. I really do. I think with his confidence level the way it is, if he can come into a game and knock that first one down, that could be a huge lift for the Red Raiders here.
And there's a steal, a near steal make it by Marshall, who playing as much defense as he was offense, was the Tulia native, Tulia, Texas native. Callahan, he did it in the first half. And what a follow by Terrell. That's an exclamation point.
Nice finish there by Terrell. Sip didn't quite block him out well enough. Terrell was able to come up strong and finish hard.
We'll see what kind of lift that provides for the Seahawks. Emmett ball fakes, drives down, over 2 defenders, and he will go to the line for 2.
Here you see Kasip fighting for position, just gets on the side of him, and Terrell able to go up hard and put it home with some authority there.
Andre Emmett will go to the line for 2, hoping to push that Red Raider lead of 11-13. Wyrick with 3 fouls now in the game. He'll have to be careful. Emmett connects on both, and it is a 13-point lead for the Red Raiders at the 16:35 mark.
Nice hands by Valdez, able to come up with it. Oh, I thought Kasip should have gotten the and 1 call there. Nonetheless, finishes it strong. It puts it in to give the Red Raiders a 55-40 lead here with 16:10 to go.
I thought maybe he took a few extra steps.
Well, I think maybe that's the benefit of when he got fouled, he can get away with those few extra steps.
And we have a foul on the Red Raiders. They call for the bucket to go, but instead Blizzard will go to the line. Valdez on the foul call, his 2nd of the game. Coach Bob Knight calls over Andre Emmett for some words.
I think Blizzard is really here in the second half. Vinny tried to assert himself on the offensive end. Struggled a little bit in the first half. Really didn't get any good shots. Wasn't able to assert himself as a big scoring presence that he has been for UNC Wilmington. In the second half, it looks like he's trying to do a lot more.
Kasib Powell continuing.
See this nice hands here by Valdez, which leads to the fast break. Red Raiders got easy numbers here. I don't think he took any extra steps. I think that's just a great play.
Okay. The free throw is good by Blizzard. That cuts the lead to 13. Kasib with an open look in the corner, thinks otherwise. Cross-court pass to Marshall.
I think we've got a diamond-and-one defense being played here by UNC Wilmington.
Some scrappy defense by Valdez will cost him a foul call, and that is his 3rd. And there is a timeout on the floor. 55-42 Texas Tech.
Red Raider fans, each Sunday night, tune into the Bob Knight Show. Join your host, Vinny Vincetta, as Coach Knight gives an inside look at Texas Tech basketball. The Bob Knight Show, right here on the Red Raider Sports Television Network. Check your local listings for the airtime.
Thank you, Tom Geyer. 15:41 to go in the second half. Oh, there we are. We are on television. The Red Raiders with a 55-42 lead. The Seahawks set up the offense. Emmett with a hand in the face of Joel Justice. Valdez with a near steal. Blizzard. Back to Justice, who is stripped by Chavis. The loose ball will eventually turn into a foul call.
Oh, I don't know about that. Good hustle by both teams.
And that one will go against.
Take a look on
Will
the replay
Chavis.
here. It's apparently Chavis is called for pushing Joel Justice out of the way. A little bit of a tough call there.
That Will's first in the game as the Seahawks inbound underneath their own basket. Callahan receives. Marshall with a block. The Seahawks maintain the possession. Mikey Marshall just might have the best ups on the team. Kasib fronts.
You know, I don't know, folks, about that. I guess this is a foul. I'm going to have to let this one go. You know, good play defensively and a good play offense. But, you know, you're taught offensively, when you have an open lane like that, you take it hard to the bucket. Good job there by UNC Wilmington, taking it hard. Thought it was pretty good defense on Kasib's part. Nonetheless, a foul call.
When a defensive player fronts like that and
even comes over, and if you stand straight up and jump straight up in the air, you're technically entitled to that space, and the offensive player can't hit you. That's the rule. However, basketball isn't quite called that way, and that's what happened on that play right there.
Burnett hits one of 2 free throws. That cuts the lead to 55-43.
Wilmington out here in the zone a little bit. Looks like a 2-3 zone. Texas Tech trying to set it up with 3 men on top, working 2 men down low.
Marshall goes low to Emmett, who draws 2 defenders, and he gets it back out to Chavis. 8 on the shot clock. Here's Valdez for 3. It won't fall, but a tip in. It will not go by Marshall.
I'm sure Coach Side would love to see him come down with that and go back up strong and finish it. He could have come down and gone straight back up and dunked it. Oh, I think, folks, I would love to see the replay on this one. I really believe that Nick Valdez hit that, and then it hit Blizzard's hand and went right out of bounds.
More scrappy defense by Nick Valdez, and he's frustrated.
Yeah,
he wants that call.
That hit his hand. Nonetheless, good defense by Texas Tech. Valdez all over Blizzard here in the second half, trying to force him into tough shots, keep him from getting the ball.
Goldsberry being guarded by Emmett. Callahan over 2 defenders will get called for the travel. That's a good call.
That's a great call right there. Callahan just a little bit nervous into making, a little bit quick, not nervous, sorry about that, Vinny, but a little bit quick into trying to make his move as he pleads his case to the official. To no avail. Texas Tech's going to bring it up the court.
I like the defensive intensity most of the way for the Red Raiders in this game.
Doing much better here. Texas Tech, give them a good chance to try to really attack this zone. Oh, that's what you want right there. Oh, that.
Kasib skies for the board.
That's
and
goaltending.
That's going to be a goaltending call. Cut at the bucket to Kasib Powell. And the Red Raiders take a 57-43 lead for Kasib.
From the time he came here, Kasib goes up. See the balls? He's so close, the ball's almost already on its way down by the time he lets it go. That's why it's called a goaltending.
Points number 7 and 8 for Kasib as the crowd begins to let loose chance of defense. And they have seen some in this second half. Blizzard for 3. And that is all net. Coach Brownell with some words for the official as the lead now back to 11 for Texas Tech.
Valdez doing a good job on defense. Just kind of got caught on his feet there real quickly.
Marshall skies for the board, gets it to Emmett. And what a move. What do you say about that?
He's good. That's all you can say. He's good.
Andre now with 21 in the game as he leads all scores and the crowd really into it.
It's plays like that, Vinny, that make you believe that someday this kid is going to be getting paid money to play this game. I tell you what, Blizzard has been really aggressive here in the second half, and that's what the Seahawks need. They really need him to come out, play aggressive, get that shot. He is their main man, their leading scorer, and he's done a good job coming out and being aggressive in the second half. Also, Valdez has done a good job playing defense. Blizzard's just hit tough shots.
Blizzard and Callahan both with 17 points in the game. Andre gets around a defender to Chavis for 3. That will not go. And Kasib is fouled on the rebound. That one will be charged to Blizzard, and that will be, I'm waiting.
We're waiting on this. Yeah, our scoreboard's a little slow here. Nonetheless, good offensive job by Kasib going hard to the bucket. That's going to be Blizzard's first foul.
As you see a replay of him knocking down the shot. 12:25 to go in the game. It's an 11-point lead. Texas Tech has been maintaining that 11-point margin here in the second half at 59-48 currently. Valdez at the top of the key. A quick pass to Marshall. He'll put up that shot and gets it to fall, and that's a three-pointer. 62-48 is the lead for the Red Raiders. Mikey with a little smile. Feeling good about things.
Yeah, getting a friendly roll, and that's what happens when you play hard. Oh, what a steal by Valdez.
Valdez spins. Chavis to Kasib. Kasib works hard.
Oh, couldn't quite get it to fall, but he's going to draw the third foul on Callahan as Callahan walks away in utter disgust and frustration.
For Callahan, that is his third foul in the game. Marshall with the look at the moment that he can do no wrong for the Red Raiders.
Mikey Marshall coming out here. After he's come into the game in that first half, he's come out well here in the second half with a little more of an offensive presence about him and done a good job for the Red Raiders.
Kasib, Powell knocks down the front end. 63-48 Texas Tech. As the crowd draws quiet for the free throw attempt. It's up and it's good. And there's a timeout on the floor. Texas Tech leads UNC Wilmington 64-48. Tommy, as you said, Brett Blizzard really asserting himself here in the second half of this game, and he's doing just that.
Doing a very good job trying to get open, and he hasn't necessarily gotten open, but folks, he's done a tremendous job hitting down tough shots. Nick Valdez, also on the other hand, has done a great job playing defense on him. A real good matchup right now to watch, is watch those two as Marshall gets a little kiss off the window.
I don't know if he called that, but we'll take it.
No, I don't think he called that at all, but you know, we will definitely take that as the Red Raiders are able to get down big lift from that three-pointer.
The unsung hero, in my opinion, thus far in this game, one Mikey Marshall. The Seahawks with the basketball. Valdez chasing Blizzard everywhere. Callahan goes glass as well. And that will cut the lead to 14. Callahan now with 19 points in the game.
Wilmington back in that 2-3 zone.
Kasib Powell can't handle the pass down low. Coach Knight talks to Mikey Marshall. Likes the aggressiveness, but maybe be a little smarter with the basketball.
Yeah, a little bit smarter with the pass. Kasib was just too off balance to throw it to him. But nonetheless, it was a good attempt to try to get it down inside. Red Raiders still holding on to a 14-point lead here with 11:20 to go.
And this number, Coach Knight will like. Texas Tech with an edge in rebounds right now at 21-20. Take a look at second chance points. The Red Raiders with a 13-7 lead in that category.
Nice hustle there by Andre Emmett. Finds Kasib Powell able to save the ball. The Red Raiders working it up the court. You even see Mikey Marshall setting up, looking even more of a threat out there, wanting to feel, hey, you know, if I'm open, I'm going to go ahead and shoot it now.
No question about it. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Valdez fakes, drives, and there's Chavis with the open look. Off the front of the rim, the rebound to Wyrick.
Good offensive possession there by Texas Tech.
Burnett takes it himself, and that's a good effort.
Kasib Powell out of position on the defensive end there. Kasib's got to know that that drive's coming and be there to help Will.
64-52 is the Red Raider lead. Andre Emmett, a cross-court pass to Valdez. And there's a three-point opportunity for Andre. It will not go. Kasib with the rebound.
Red Raiders content to work the ball around, trying to get the open shot. Here for Emmett, they do. Misses again. Oh, good hustle there, but Marshall out of bounds. Red Raiders getting good shots here on offense, and that draws the applause of Coach Unitas. He understands that not everything goes in, and here's where you're going to see Kasib Powell be out of position. He's just hanging out in the lane, and it's too late getting over to help Will Chavis.
Tim Burnett with that bucket, and here's Blizzard for three, it will not go. Valdez with the rebound. Chavis is open, will he take it? He will not.
Content to work the ball around. I think that's a smart move. The shots haven't gone here. It's a good time to try to get it around and get a good, easy, high percentage shot, preferably a layup right down in the lane.
Kasib screens to open up Valdez. Check that Andre with the screen. Less than 10 on the shot clock, down to 7. Andre nearly loses his balance. There's Mikey Marshall for a three-pointer.
1-2, the referee says his foot was on the line, but nonetheless, Mikey Marshall playing with so much confidence right now, and that's a huge lift for the Red Raiders.
No glass needed on that one. That was all net. Burnett, who's had the hot hand at the moment, he knocks it down. It's a 66-54 lead at 8:50 for the Red Raiders. Sid catches the ball hard, spins.
Whoa, what a move. Nice little reverse play there. Got it a step on the offensive player here. Greg Wilmington is going to call a timeout, and that's going to be.
And we are going to take a break, come back after this. Texas Tech up 68-54. Tommy, I never knew a timeout call could massively confuse me like it did, but we are now back. Texas Tech with a 68-54 lead as we go to the replay board. Kasip Powell taking care of the basketball.
Well, Kasip wins this by his feet. He drops his right foot there. Bam. That's what allows him to do that. When as soon as he dropped that right foot, is able to make that spin move.
A nice job of creating by Kasip Powell, who has 12 points in the contest. A big second half for him. As we resume play, Blizzard brings it up for the Seahawks. They'll need to think about a run, and very soon. A near steal by Chavis. Goldsberry over to Wyrick. A spin move for him off the.
Very nice move by Wyrick. Pretty good defensive rotation for the Red Raiders, but nonetheless a great offensive individual move by Wyrick. Leads to a Seahawk basket.
Texas Tech with a 12-point lead at 68-56.
Oh.
Mikey Marshall called for the travel. That will turn the basketball over at the 8:03 mark.
Mikey just a little too anxious. Coach Knight thinks he would like to see the ball moved around before an offensive move like that is attempted. Good chance here for the Red Raiders to come down, try to make a good defensive stop, and get the momentum in the crowd back into this game.
Andre Emmett grabs the board for the Red Raiders. Valdez calling for it. He gets it. Emmett with a fake, loses the basketball. He's fouled.
And Goldsberry, I think, just finally decided he's seen enough of those foot fakes. He just wants to reach in and stop it.
That's the easiest way.
And that right there is going to put Emmett to the line for 2.
The fans raise the guns up, hoping to bring them down in a fun fashion, which they do.
A celebratory salute to Andre Emmett for knocking down the free throw.
69-56 is the Red Raider lead as free throw number 2 is on its way up and good. And we have a timeout on the floor. 7:37 to go. 70-56, Texas Tech leads. Welcome back to the United Spirit Arena. Fans, don't forget to join Coach Marcia Sharp and host Ryan Hyatt for Lady Raider Sports with Marcia Sharp every Sunday right here on the Red Raider Sports TV network. Check your local listings for airtime. 7:37 to go in this basketball game. 70-56 is the Texas Tech lead. I'm really impressed with the defensive effort tonight by Texas Tech, Tommy.
They've really stepped it up. Both teams have played extremely well defensively. See Andre Emmett there reaching in, knocking the ball loose. Nick Valdez has really done a good job shadowing Blizzard everywhere he's gone here in the second half. Nonetheless, Mr. Blizzard has done a beautiful job hitting those tough shots and trying to keep his team in this game.
Coach Knight talked all preseason about how much Andre had improved defensively. We've seen that tonight. And Andre says, Coach Knight and I have something in common. We both like to win. As Blizzard knocks down the jumper, and that cuts the Red Raider lead to 12 at 70-58. Blizzard now with
19 points in the game. Kasib draws 2 defenders and draws the foul.
And that's going to send him to the line for a 1-on-1, and that's where those 3 quick fouls early in the second half come into play for the Red Raiders right now with 7:07 left. They're already in the bonus.
Coach Bob Knight will like to see that as Kasib is at the line for a 1-and-1.
Kasib with a very impressive game. We're going right now, 13 points with 6 boards. Very solid. Such a quiet 13 points that he scores, Vinny. You know, he just doesn't do anything that's unbelievably flashy, but he is so solid and consistent and just such a great player for the Red Raiders.
Kasib's nickname is Buck. I think I want to change it to Bucket here in the second half.
Valdez with a nice read there. That's a good call by the official. Goldsberry came over late, tried to set up for the charge, but he was too far underneath the bucket, and that's going to send Kasib to the line for 2 more. See, Valdez comes up with the steal here, doing a good job. You would have liked to see him get that ball to the middle of the court a little sooner. You can't take a charge with a shoulder there. It looks like Goldsberry just tried to stick his shoulder and then move and not fall down, so definitely a good call by the official.
Kasib again knocks down the free throw as Justice is back in for UNC Wilmington, as is Anthony Terrell. Kasib's second free throw will not fall. Terrell with the rebound for the Seahawks. Valdez continues to be up on Blizzard.
Tough pass to handle there. Blizzard does a nice job recovering. Callahan. And oh, so hot, doesn't get the friendly roll this time. And the Red Raiders have numbers here because of Terrell falling down here. Nevertheless, they're going to set up and run the patented motion offense here, trying to work the ball inside to get a good shot, probably either for Andre Emmett or Kasib Powell. Setting up in a T game here. Emmett comes off. That's exactly what you want to see. Misses, good board. Wow. I tell you, it's nothing flashy really from Kasib, Vinny. It's just so solid. He's got 17 points there.
Kasib has been very strong off the boards tonight. Under 6 minutes to play in the game. Texas Tech with a 75-58 lead. Goldsberry with a long three. It will not go. Blizzard boards. Goes back up.
Whoa, that's a...
Callahan finishes for UNC, but maybe a missed foul call there on Will Chavis.
Not on Chavis, not on Terrell, fouling Chavis.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Nonetheless, Red Raiders are coming back, setting up the offense again. Did a very good job working the ball around inside. Kasib and Andre cutting well.
Mikey Marshall. Andre loses the basketball out of bounds, and the Seahawks will take possession. Coach Knight voicing some displeasure with Andre.
Wants him to hit the board a little bit harder. Thought they're a little lackadaisical on the last defensive rebound effort.
The Red Raiders with a 15-point lead at the 5:10 mark left in this game.
The arena's gotten a little quiet. Here's UNC Wilmington has put together a little bit of a run.
Marshall gets a hand in and is called for the foul.
Might not be a bad foul at this point by Marshall, knowing that Terrell could go up and just dunk that easily, force him to go to the line and knock down 2 shots.
As you mentioned, Tommy, the fans patiently waiting for a big play to explode in this place in the waning minutes of this basketball game.
Just kind of a subdued crowd right now, Vinny. Just everybody just kind of watching, letting the clock tick away. UNC Wilmington doing a good job trying to claw back into this game. The Red Raiders answering fairly well as Terrell knocks down the first free throw.
That will get the Hawks within 14. The fans behind the basket doing what they can, but to no avail. It's a 75-62 lead for Texas Tech. Bit of pressure here from the Seahawks. Chavis being guarded by Burnett. And the 5-second call will go against the Red Raiders, and that's a costly turnover.
Right now, that's not what the Red Raiders needed. Right now, the Red Raiders have got to come down, have a solid defensive possession, and then come back and get this crowd back in the game. Vinny, this place has just kind of lost its electricity. There was just a sense of air of electricity starting here in the second half and throughout most of it, and right now it's just kind of dead.
Is a 5-second call inexcusable? Nobody getting to the basketball?
No, it's just kind of a lack of concentration. It is inexcusable, but not necessarily on Chavis's part.
Callahan goes with the sky hook, but it won't go. Here comes Texas Tech on offense.
Good time for the set up the offense, working around, get some screens and get an easy shot inside.
Valdez takes a look inside, finds Kasib.
And that's what you like to see. Kasib has really stepped up here in the last couple 3 minutes. Vinny doing a good job. Valdez hustles back to D it up on Blizzard.
Kasib now with 19 points in the game, the majority of those in the second half. Chavis knocks it away. Marshall picks it up, and here comes Texas Tech. And I just knew Mr. Mikey Marshall was going to go.
But, you know, it's a great play by Mikey. You know, right there, the defender was trying to size him up. The defender stayed off, and there was no chance that defender was going to try to take a charge. In that case, you got to take it hard to the rack. And see, I mean, when Mikey knows with his athletic ability, he's going to be able to get up there and possibly make a three-point play out of it. I really like to see that type of play, Vinny. I think that was a smart, impressive play by Mikey, and just such an aggressive play, too.
There were 11 to 12,000 fans waiting to jump out of their seats on that one.
Oh, yeah.
The first free throw by Mikey is up and in. Texas Tech looking to push the lead to 79-62, and they do. There's a timeout on the floor. You're watching Red Raider basketball. Fans, don't forget our next broadcast of the Texas Tech Red Raiders is next Tuesday, November 26th. Tech's opponent will be SMU. The telecast begins at 8 o'clock on the Red Raider Sports TV network. Don't forget the game not available on TV in the Lubbock market. So call 742-TECH or 1-888-GO-BIG-12 for ticket information. For the Red Raiders, it's Chavis, Valdez, Kasib Powell, Andre Emmett, and Mikey Marshall. Coach Knight using just a select group of players tonight in this basketball game, Tommy.
And the fact that he can do that is really a credit to Coach Aaron, to the weight coach Aaron Shelley's strength and conditioning program that he puts these kids through in the offseason, that these players have been able to play so long, and not only play so long, but play so strong. And Aaron Shelley doing a great job with all of the Red Raiders in the offseason, keeping them in shape and getting them prepared for the grueling season ahead.
Rebounds even at 27, and I'd call that a good thing. That was a big question mark surrounding this team. And boy, credit Kasib Powell. He has been all over the place. 8 rebounds as he leads the Red Raiders in that category in this game.
Sid playing a great game, as is Mikey Marshall with 11 points so far, just doing a wonderful job. Nice job from the line for hit two, and just hitting the boards hard with 4.
The free throw good. It's a 79-64 lead as the Seahawks put on the full court press. Kasib Powell does his best to break it. Back out to Valdez.
Smart move there by Kasib. Get the ball out. Let's set it up instead of taking a wild shot. It's a good time for the Red Raiders to run the clock down.
And that clock at 3:15 as we speak. For 3 is Will Chavis. That one won't fall. Blizzard skies for the board. It's being fought for. Callahan gets possession. The Seahawks will have to push it. Chavis with a near steal. Terrell being guarded by Kasib goes up and over for 2. 79-66 is the Red Raider lead. Kasib with a nice job just to get that one to Andre. And Texas Tech will continue to melt some of that clock at the 2:40 mark.
Well, see, right here, Vinny, what you do not want to do is play not to lose. You still need to continue to be aggressive and play to win. Kasib going to get the benefit of a call here He's going to be able to go to the line, and he's going to be shooting 2 because of being Texas Tech being in the double bonus. But this is where Texas Tech really has to work on making sure they are aggressive still, concentrating on trying to win the game, playing hard. See right here, Kasib makes the move, a little fake inside. Oh, he did get fouled. Good job by Kasib. Nice job by the officials calling that. The Tommy Cam really helping us out tonight.
The Tommy Cam was everywhere and then some. The fans beginning to feel good about a possible Red Raider victory.
Still a little early with 2:36 left to go, 13 points game. Well, however, this is where Texas Tech has really got to be able to knock down their free throws. This is something they struggled with a little bit last year, and this year that could be a huge improvement for the team, and if they can do that, make a huge amount of difference.
And that one will not fall, as Tommy Geyer points out how important free throws are for any basketball team. For Texas Tech here in the late stages of the contest. The second.
Not good. That makes Texas Tech 18-25, only shooting 72% from the line, and they've got to be able to knock that down. Texas Tech and Coach Knight teams really pride themselves on shooting more and on making more free throws than the other team ever shoots.
Callahan pulls down the board, dumps off to Blizzard for 3, and that will go, and they will call a quick timeout. 79-69. We've suddenly got a 10-point basketball game on our hands.
Vinny, as I was alluding to, way too early to call this game. This is something Texas Tech really struggled with last year. We're going to see an instant replay here. Nice job by Callahan, just a little flip over the head. The Blizzard, who knocks it down from deep. But Texas Tech really struggled last year in not being able to finish teams. Go ahead.
To show you how crucial the free throws were that Kasib missed, should he make both and the 3 is not converted, it's an 81-66 lead. As it is, it's a 79-69 10-point lead.
That's correct. Red Raider fans, make sure each Sunday you tune into the Bob Knight Show. Join your host, Vinny Vincetta, as Coach Knight gives an inside look at Texas Tech basketball. The Bob Knight Show right here on Red Raider Sports Television Network. Check your local listings for airtime.
Texas Tech inbounds with full court pressure. And a timeout called by the Red Raiders as they will work on how to break the press set by the Seahawks. 2:10 is the time left. It's a 10-point lead.
I think this is a valuable learning experience and a valuable learning time right here, Vinny, for the Red Raiders, and the fact that right now they faltered a little bit here between the 3-minute mark and the 2-minute mark, and this is something they can learn and take with them and improve on the rest of the year, or they could do as they did last year and just continue to make mistakes, and that's really going to show you the difference in the maturity of the team from one year to the next. As it was last year, they'll struggle a little bit. This team can learn from it or even come back. They still have 2 minutes and 10 seconds to finish off strong.
This is a good game situation to be in the regular season opener. As you alluded to, a chance to learn some big things that will no doubt be valuable once the conference season rolls around.
I couldn't agree with you more, Vinny.
I'd say that was executed to perfection, Tom Geyer.
That's what you like to see, get an easy bucket out of a press. Now you've got to have a big defensive stand here for the Red Raiders.
Valdez called for the foul on the floor as Blizzard took it behind the back.
See the game reset here. Texas Tech with 3 timeouts. UNC Wilmington with 2. William Wilmington is now into the 1-1 as Texas Tech committed their 7th team foul, and Texas Tech shooting the double bonus with 10.
Nick Valdez with 4 fouls now in the game.
Here you see, nice job here of Kasib getting up the court, hitting the easy bounce pass to Nick. Nick converting easily on the other end.
That was well designed by head coach Bob Knight. The second free throw is good. It's an 81-71 Red Raider lead. Valdez with the basketball. Back to Mikey Marshall.
Andre here's going to try to work it out, get the hands of the ball. The point guard, Will Chavis. Now this is where the Red Raiders got to be patient and yet still try to be aggressive and get a good, easy shot underneath the bucket or get fouled as they move the ball around.
15 on the shot clock with 1:35 to go in the game. Coach Knight looking for a foul call, not getting it. Shot clock at 2. And a foul called on Texas Tech.
No foul, Vinny. A 5-second call for Chavis dribbling the ball. Good defense on the Seahawks' part. A little bit of a mental error on Chavis. Should have known he had the ball that long. Stop, pick it up, get it to somebody else, and let them try to make a play. That's a costly turnover right now with only a 10-point game. This is a huge defensive stand here for the Red Raiders.
That's 2 5-second calls in the second half on Will Chavis. Blizzard drives, gets the roll. That cuts the lead to 81-73, and a timeout called by UNC Wilmington.
As Coach Knight is talking to Kasib Powell, telling him he's got to be there to help instead of having his back turned. Coach Knight is a little bit upset with the fellas right now. You see Blizzard is going to take it here from the Tommy cam. Kasib has his back completely turned. A little late. He's got to get there quicker. The whole team, you know what, Vinny? It looks like the team has just gotten very lax here. And they're just kind of playing, oh, we've got the game won. As you said, it's about 2:25 to go. It looks like the Red Raiders are feeling like they've got this game in control. I think that more and less was really what the team was feeling. And because of that, they've come out and played lax and played not to lose. And playing not to lose is the worst thing you can do when you're playing the game of basketball.
Especially with 1:15 to go and a very good shooting basketball team in UNC Wilmington, only down by 8.
You would really like to see the crowd get behind the team here at this point, trying to pep them up, get them going, get their intensity up.
Kasib near half court, looking for someone to throw to, gets it to Valdez as Kasib was double teamed. And there's a foul call on Andy Gunn.
Free throws becoming very critical here down the stretch. 1:05 left, 8-point game. Nick Valdez still line for 2. Got to have both of these to put us back to a double-digit game.
This will be a defining moment for this basketball team.
Here early in the season, first game tested right off the bat with a weakness from last year.
Valdez set, and he gets the friendly roll as Texas Tech pushes their lead to 9 with 1:05 to go in the game.
Tell you, Vinny, looking around this arena, a lot of nervous faces. Sitting hoping the Red Raiders can just hold on right now.
A 10-point lead now for Texas Tech, and 3-point baskets will be on the menu for UNC. Blizzard doesn't have the distance. Emmett appeared to be fouled, but no call. Kasib Powell brings it up.
The Red Raiders have a good offensive possession here. That should pretty much seal the deal for the game.
Down to 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, UNC Wilmington not really trying to foul here. Kind of a surprising play by them.
Chavis loses the ball. Valdez with a handle. 10 to go on the shot clock. 30 seconds in the game. Chavis drives to the hoop.
And that's a backbreaker right there.
85-73 Texas Tech. 20 seconds to go in the game. Blizzard with an NBA distance 3, and he will knock that down as the lead is cut to 9, down to 10 seconds. The crowd should begin talking to count down the clock. Mikey Marshall will hold as the final seconds roll off, and Texas Tech victorious 85-76 in their regular season opener. Again, tonight's final score, Texas Tech 85, UNC Wilmington 76. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with the PNB Financial Play of the Game and the Red Raider post-game show.